Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my Remake Melody musical ear tutorial. You guys might have missed part 1, so if you have, here's the annotation to seeing this. This is where I show you how to remake melodies by ear and developing a musical ear by just listening to something and remaking it and just playing it on your own. And there's a lot of techniques to get you going, but the more you do it, the better you get. So here is a much faster melody than the one we used last time. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge. One, because I've never tried to remake this before, and two, because it's faster, uses harmonies, I think. And, well, everything uses harmonies, but I mean like kind of intervals between the lead notes. Anyway. So, first thing you want to do is find the tempo of the song, which I explained in the previous tutorial. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So let's see, that's from the last tutorial. I'll just cut that out. So I think that's probably 144. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little too fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just 140. Okay, that's easy. But yeah, so it's about 140 beats per minute. So that's established. Next thing we want to do is find what is the bass line. What does the bass line sound like? Obviously it's not going to be long or as long as the last one, but if you listen closely at the end, there's going to be a bit of like a dun 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 dun. I hate trying to sing those kind of things, but it sounds like that, and you'll hear it. Now I'll wave my mouse around when it happens. So I'll get you guys to listen to this. Melody is from actually Come Clean remix, Master Blaster, Dance Boy remix, I don't know, whatever the title says. Type it into YouTube. Here we go. Alright, so that's a very short climax kind of melody thing, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so now we really have to listen to that bass line. I briefly listened to it, and it's just kind of like a dun 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 dun, something like that. Maybe it's longer. So it's obviously offbeat. Let's pretend it's on C, and I feel like it's only beating twice. I feel like there's only two and then it changes to the next chord, but let's see. So just concentrate only on that bass note. Forget the melody, try your best, because you can really hear it. The bass instrument, just try to concentrate on that and just concentrate the first note. Where is it going? That's all you have to concentrate on. Try to imagine on the piano roll how would it look? Would it just go up? Would it go down? Would it, what's the pattern here? So let's listen. Now I'm not including that very last part, but it sounds like it's going like dun 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 dun. And that is actually a very, very common minor bass line, and it's the only chord progression in minor that sounds very happy. So since I know what it is in C minor, it's basically this. And I know that's hard to tell, and like I said, you'll get that kind of stuff by experience. But try your best to figure out where it's going. What the first note is always good, but since it's very, very easy to tell for me that this is the pattern, I can tell that it's going from the first note to a very low kind of, not very low, but a lower note, and then it's going higher than the first note, and then there's a note in between, and that's the note in between. So that's the first note, and then there's a note that kind of goes lower, and then there's a note that goes higher, definitely higher than the first note, and then there's a note in between, and that's it. So C, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and that's it. It sounds like this. and I'm pretty sure that is minor. So listen to that again. So this song probably isn't in C minor. Yes, it's probably in some other key, but we'll figure that out. Now, actually, we should figure out what that last part is. The dun 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 dun, and it's probably just the last note and the last note of the first measure and the last note of the second measure. So. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that's definitely it. And I know that because, again, experience will get you there. But if you don't know these kind of things or whatever, just remember that since it's going dun 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 dun, chances are it's not going too far off what you've already seen. C, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. So, you know, because this is a G sharp and this is an A sharp. Or, no, wait. Yes, got that right. And those two notes are used at the end here, so it's like you're almost using the same notes again. It's like recycling. Yeah, so that's what it would probably look like since it is an 8-bar kind of thing. As you can see, I could probably plunk that down here, and then it'd be 8 bars, right? Yes. So I probably got that right. Now I have to figure out, since I did get the harmony bass line, whatever thing right. And I'm confident about this one, and it's hard to tell for someone who has no idea musically, and you're gonna have to have you can't be tone deaf, pretty much. I don't think anyone in the world is tone deaf or truly tone deaf, because we all recognize our telephones or whatever, but you have to have somewhat of an experience with just listening and trying to like imagine what the notes are. You got to be somewhat musically enthusiastic enough to try to figure that stuff out. If you're completely like musically impaired, this will not be easy. But anybody can get to the point where they can just figure it out right away. Like this pattern right here. Like the reason why I knew it was like this, the dun 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 dun, was because I've heard it so many times. You know, I just remade so many melodies, and that was the bass line. Whether it was in C or D or F sharp, whatever, that was the pattern. Dun, 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 dun. That was the pattern. So I can tell just by listening to that is the pattern. And because I know C minor so well, I just use C minor. I like to use C because it's like a home note. But now that I figured this out, all we have to do is just grab that and figure out which note is it, what key is it in? Is it in C, which was what we had, or something else? So what we can do is just, since it's just these two first notes here that we're worried about, is the first note. Okay, you can already tell that C is wrong just by listening to that. But yeah, we're just gonna try to see what's right. I'm just going to try to move this around as much as I can until I find something that's right. Or what you can do, I'm just going to mute that, is just hit notes. Hit notes until it sounds like the note that you're hearing in the song. Alright, I think that that A flat thing sounded alright. So I'm going to transpose our bass line to A flat, so it sounds like this. Oh wait, it's muted. It sounds just like what we had, but it's not in C. It's in A flat. It's just a different key. Same pattern, same rhythm, same everything, just a different key. So let's listen to that. Alright, there you go. Now the rest is smooth sailing. We got everything right. I know the tempo wasn't perfect, and that's not the point here, but you could tell that our little bass line did not sound off, and that is what we're looking for. So like I said, the rest is smooth sailing. We're just going to try to remake that melody, which actually, since it is pretty fast, it's going to be kind of hard, but here's what we can do. What did we learn with sampling? And sampling, we can speed up things. We can slow them down too. So we're going to slow down that melody using the sampling modification thing that I've taught you before. So right click on time, and we're going to tell FL Studio that this song was in double the time that it was, even though we're lying to FL Studio. We're not going to be telling the truth here. Our tempo, the project tempo that we're working with is 140. If you look up there at the tempo, so we're gonna hit 280. So we're just gonna say that this sample was recorded at 280, so that we want it to be played at 140. So anyway, in result, since we hit a very high number, we're just gonna get a very slow result, and we're gonna hit pro transient so we don't get any type of pitch change. We want the pitch to be the same as it was. This is a pretty long sample, so the stretching might take a while. We're just going to wait for that. But yeah, it's a nice day. Alright, here. There we go. So, let's see what it sounds like. The quality might not be as good as it was, but here's what it sounds like. Now, the quality sucks, but you can still make out the notes. At least you can make out the rhythm. So it's like do 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 do. Not trying to hit any type of right note here. I'm just trying to hit the rhythm. Let's just see if we can get that very first part. So we're in A flat. So sometimes you're just gonna have to deal with it. If you don't know the scale of A flat, here's something you can do. Open up the picture on FL Studio. It's a kind of a voice auto-tune type thing. Type in or put in minor, and then A flat would be G sharp. Same thing. There's your scale. So whatever's lit up there is your scale. C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. So song starts on B. We can keep the picture there if you want. I'll just mute it so we don't get any effect. But that's your scale. Yeah, it's very easy. I like doing that. Thank you, pitcher. So the first note's B. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn this halftime, which is 70, so we get the same time as what we're hearing right now. No. A good way to tell that you're doing it right is if everything fits within the measure. And everything does. Now I'm going to speed that back up to what it was. 140 was our original tempo, so there we go. And if it tells you to restretch, just exit out of that. And there you go. That's the first part. So I have to figure out that second part. It's a bit higher, isn't it? The notes are the same though. The rhythm is the same. So all we have to do is replace the original notes here and replace them with different notes. not changing their position at all, just changing its key. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then what's the next part? Okay, the third part, the third measure is the exact same thing as as the first measure. So it has that kind of 1, 3, 2, 4 type thing. So the first measure is the exact same thing as the third measure here. So this is this, exactly the same. And I'm pretty sure this is about the same as well. There's probably going to be some sort of like shifting or some difference on the fourth measure. There usually is. Do 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 do, something like that. I'm going to turn that so it's about the same speed as what we just heard. I don't know, it's something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am running on some time here, aren't I? Oh god. Okay, I'm going to have to bring that back. So I'm going to bring that back to what it was, auto detect. And I'm going to put the tempo to its actual speed, which is about 140. And I should have took off that pro transient stuff, but yeah, it's going to take a while to stretch, isn't it? But I hope you guys are getting the idea. I don't know if you see this, but at the bottom it says stretching. I forgot that you can't tell. Anyway, yeah, but I hope you guys are getting this or learning something. So 140. Yeah, that's how it goes. So all you really have to worry about actually after you find the first 4 measures is that last part here, because the rest is the same. I don't know why I can't get this. But yeah, once you got the rhythm, which is the note positioning here, the rest is easy. You just have to figure out like the notes. So since like nothing has changed, like I never really changed like the notes like lengths or anything like that. I didn't really move them around from left to right. I moved them from up and down, and that is what remaking melodies are all about usually, because you know, you find a pattern, like it's always following this pattern, like 1, 3, 2, 4, kind of does change a little bit here at the 4th measure, and it usually does, but it's not a huge change, and it's very easily to figure out very easy to figure out what that change exactly is. So we're going to listen to my version, then we're going to listen to the actual version, and then I will let you guys off. Now, obviously, it's not going to be perfect, and you can do some fine-tuning later, but that is basically what the melody is, and I could go back and get a better lead for that melody. I just used the same melody, or not melody, lead that I used in my previous tutorial for Happy Hardcore. But anyway, here's what this sounds like, and I hope it's identical. And there you go. That's all it was. Easy. 20 minutes or so. And that is with explaining you guys everything. So not too bad. So I'm glad I figured that out. From there you can transpose it. You can do other stuff with it. And it's yours pretty much. So I hate using actual songs in my tutorials because it's kind of, I'm pretty sure it's illegal in some, I don't know where the, where it stands legally actually, but anyway, I try my best not to actually use actual songs, but for remaking melodies, you kind of have to, don't you? So that's just an example for you guys. I try to give as much credit to the artist as I can for these kind of melodies and stuff. This isn't mine, obviously. I'm trying to remake it. It's obviously not mine. Belong to the artist, and I can give credit or whatever to anyone who deserves it. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I'm working on those requests, by the way. Don't worry about it. I'm working on it. Gabber kicks and trance leads, all that stuff. So I heard you guys out, and I'm working on those. So yeah, if you got any more suggestions or whatever, like I always say, just send me a message, and I should get back to you pretty quick. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.